was a friendly start to COP26 for Boris Johnson, bumping elbows with the leaders of the US, Australia, India. All smiles perhaps, but with a critical need to wrap up a deal in Glasgow if there is any hope of securing action to slow climate change. Inside, thousands of delegates, and walking among them world leaders, including from France, the Netherlands.
I'm mildly optimistic. I hope we will move from the blah 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 to the actions.
Denmark.
I think it is a problem that China is not attending this meeting.
Why aren't you doing more?
But Australia's Scott Morrison not saying a word. Then, in a huge room, a gathering of immense power, with the weight of the world on their shoulders, in the face of a darkening threat, shown to them in a stark video.
Periods of early frost, the frequency of hurricanes.
Those who could hold the key to the solution watching on in shock.
It's 1 minute to midnight on that doomsday clock, and we need to act now. If we don't get serious about climate change today, it will be too late for our children to do so tomorrow.
Already too late for this climate activist from Kenya who looked world leaders in the eye as she described what's happening 7,000 miles away.
Our animals and people are dying. I have seen with my own eyes 3 young children crying at the side of a dried up river after walking 12 miles with their mother to find water.
Then Sir David Attenborough took to the stage, placing record levels of carbon dioxide into historical perspective and telling those present they could stop the downward spiral of climate change.
In my lifetime, I've witnessed a terrible decline. In yours, you could and should witness a wonderful recovery. That desperate hope, ladies and gentlemen, delegates, excellency, is why the world is looking to you.
Outside the hall, he made the point in a different way.
How worried are you about success?
Sorry. There you go.
What I do.
Praying.
Some parts of the world need those prayers answered now, like Bangladesh, where villagers were forced out of their homes just last month by rising sea levels, a reality felt by the country's foreign minister.
They say that in next 30 years, 25% of Bangladesh will go underwater. The big countries should learn probably from Bangladesh, because in our NDC, we have announced that we will do away with 10 coal-based power plants. I mean, that's a huge commitment for a country like Bangladesh, who is energy hungry.
The big countries again. Back in the hall, the Chinese president, a no-show. The American understanding the scale.
This is the challenge of our collective lifetimes.
But does he have the political drive to see it through? And the Indian Prime Minister, promising half of the country's power would come from renewables by 2030 in an improved short-term climate plan, and pledging net zero by 2070.
On ITV News. Do you think India's doing enough?
And there it was again. He and the rest of the world hoping that it will be enough. Anushka Rastana, News at 10.